All right, James reported that James Edward III, Detroit Beat Wire reported that the Pistons' expectation is to sign Jerami Grant to a long-term deal. On top of that, let's start with this first, that the Celtics reportedly offered multiple late first-round picks for Detroit's Jerami Grant. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Now, next month, I think the Pistons open up the season, I think October 20th versus the Bulls at home. So we getting closer to Piston Talk because of the pandemic and the way the NBA flow started late. Now we kind of getting basketball and football at the same time. So pretty crazy, right? So we had a lot of great talking points. So it says Boston Celtics reportedly went hard after Detroit Pistons sweeping Jerami Grant last season, according to athletic James Edwards III. And for good reason. Grant averaged 22.3, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game last season with the Pistons while shooting 35% from three, playing the fourth for Detroit Pistons, a position of need for the Celtics. Boston's offer was ultimately rebuffed by the Pistons, perhaps out of respect for the enthusiasm the star has shown for playing for the organization under the black head coach and general manager, with comparative scarcity of the people of color in the leadership position in the Celtics front office at the time, and fewer still players of caliber expressing interest in playing in the Michigan metropolitan area. The Detroit Pistons prefer to stand pat. Even if Grant signing was initially a surprise, per Edwards, who called it a head scratcher when the Pistons signed Detroit because his skill set didn't match the apparent direction of the franchise. All right, Grant's first season with the Pistons proved that he can handle being the offensive vocal point without significant dip in production on both ends of the floor. Added we don't need them telling us what their analytical view. We seen them play, and at the same time, that was a good no move because you could have got a real asset for Jerami Grant. All right, you could have got a real asset. You know, not just a couple late round picks hoping that they blossom. You could have got a real asset for Jerami Grant. We talks about what's old boy that played at Michigan State, Jaren Jackson. That's a trade that I would entertain, but you got to remember we need veterans on this team. We don't have a whole lot of veterans on this team, so it's very important with us using Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin that we need veterans to help these young guys like Cade and Killian and Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart develop. So it's really a rule that's not followed no more. All these teams are young, but you need veterans in the locker room to show these guys how to be pros, right? So I think it was a good no deal. I think we need to stop trying to trade him, or in our minds try to trade him. I think he's here to stay, and he should be. Not too many people want to come to Detroit, and I think a black head coach, a black general manager, and on top of that, with some success in the near future, a lot of success hopefully, and the number one overall pick, I think more people going to play in Detroit. You never see nobody say, "Well, never see somebody say, I'm gonna get the hell out of Detroit." Maybe it's Detroit Lions because of the organization, but people just picture Detroit as this war zone. You got to remember, you got money. Detroit got some of the best suburbs that money can offer, or any state can offer. So I think he like being here. I think more players going to tend to come here when we start winning, and you really don't hear no complaints. Chauncey, Rip, John Sally, Isaiah Thomas. Only reason Grant wanted to leave here because they wasn't winning. So, man, it's going to be interesting. It was a good no deal. Couple late round picks, nope. I mean, I think we need to keep him. I think it's a smart thing to keep him. And I think he provides versatility. You can move him to the 3. You can move him to the 4. You can guard multiple positions. And, if it comes time to trade, it's not now. So, apparently, James Edwards is reporting that, it's going to, they are plans to give him a long-term contract. So, I think he got a 3-year deal now. For what is this? $60 million for 3 years, 20 over 3 years. So apparently he probably gonna get a big contract. They got cap space. People was mad that they didn't use the cap space to go get these big stars out there. Ain't no point. Let these young guys develop, and then when the time is right, you start plucking those veteran talents and getting them. So yeah, he made 19, 20 this year, almost 21 in the final year of the deal. So I think next year, next off season or during the season, the 2023 season, 2022-2023 season, you will see them start talking about reing him up. All right, if we get to the middle of the season, they can't get a contract. Don't be surprised by the 2023 deadline if they don't flip him, which I don't think is going to be an issue. Unless some crazy stuff happen. I think eventually you're probably looking at them getting a new coach too. So I think people got this expectation that the Pistons are gonna win next year. That's not gonna happen unless some type of trade or some type of huge jump in development happen. That's not gonna happen. You're looking at another year where I think there's some improvement, but I still think they still gonna finish high in the lottery, 5, 7, 8. I think that's gonna be the case. And I think next year you'll start seeing those moves. And I think next year you start talking about playoffs. With another high lottery pick, you start talking about playoffs. I think they're going to move some pieces around. You're going to start talking about playoffs. You're going to see players start making that jump. You're going to talk about playoffs. But the team is very young, not enough veteran assets, so they're going to start talking about playoffs. Not next year. They make it. But you look at the Eastern Conference, and it's not his fault. It's just lack of talent and lack of experienced talent. That's what it is. So you look at next year's. I mean, the West is easier next year because you got Kawhi Leonard out with a leg. You got Kawhi Leonard out with a leg. You got Jamal Murray gonna be out most of the season with a leg. Him and Kawhi probably come back late in the season. So you look at the West. The West is probably where you want to be. The Jazz is tough, but they ain't really do nothing that make me say, "Ooh." They need to add that. They need to add somebody that can get their own shot off the wing. You're probably talking about somebody like a Carmelo in his prime. You need that person. So the Clippers dealing with injury. So the West ain't really that scary. Let's go and State. Clay come back and pick up where he left off at the East. You got 76ers still pretty good. Nets, depending on what they do with Ben Simmons. Nets, Bucks, Knicks, Hawks, Heat, Celtics all going to be back in the mix next year. Hornets, they're going to have a healthy LaMelo Ball. Pacers going to be right there. The Bulls going to be right there. And really, the basement's going to be us, Cavs, and Magic. And that's good. Get you another high pick next year, and then you got 2 superstars potentially get to rolling. But I think next season is the season we gonna make the playoffs, and depending what happens, start March 4. But totally fine, man. The one guy that want to be here and turn down money on the championship caliber team for Denver, and we trying to trade him. We can't do that. So I'm glad to have Jerami Grant. Hopefully have him for many, many years. All right, so happy to have him here. Hopefully he stay longer. But the expectations, he's going to probably sign a 5-year long-term extension, possibly retire a Piston. So maybe that's it. But things change. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think about it. Celtic trade, I wouldn't have did it. What you think about him? The expectation of him signing a long-term deal. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Reach out. You got to advertise the channel. Video request, chop it up. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. But check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. But I like it. Like keeping them, not trading them, and like giving him a long-term deal because he earned it and he want to be here. Peace.